Guys, this is so amazing. This is so amazing. And what I'm hoping that should happen is that everything that is here, we pick it, the concept, and then we send it to the street, to our town, because we have to saturate the town with art. And these things are here, the people are here, the expertise are here, the know-how is here. What stops us from picking this one and then taking it to the street and using this same to beautify our town? It's not possible, right?
It's very, very possible.
Guys, I'm here at the Takoradi Technical University. If you've not subscribed to Goshes Online, kindly do, because so many interesting things to show you about tourism and hospitality in this country. Subscribe to the channel and then turn on the bell, the notification, so that every now and then we keep updating you on what's new, okay? But then I'm here at the Takoradi Technical University, all right? And I've seen so many incredible designs over here, art, sculptures. I do understand that a city that allows art to thrive is a city that sees progress. Yeah, and then he is a lecturer who has been supervising some of these amazing things. I don't know what this thing is for, but it definitely should have a meaning. This is so amazing. In fact, this is not even my interest. My interest is the trees over there and the colors they've put together to make that thing look that beautiful. Not only that, too, inside the building itself, the kind of amazing painting works they have there, I think is the best in this country. I mean, when you talk of institutions, I've not been to some other places, but I think Takoradi Technical University is the best. Bro? I think, what is this?
It's a bull, it's like a cow. I mean, it's something that was done by the sculpture department of Takoradi Technical University. And it's, I think, one of the project works that is being commissioned by some of the lecturers. So this work specifically from the sculpture department, and the main focus is to, be able to make use of the scrap metals, those metals that are going waste within the industries that they think they don't want to use it. These students find it so important to go in there, pick these discarded materials and try to fabricate them into this huge cow and then bull, as we may call it. So it's also an art piece, and I feel it's one point to help the society recycle some of these wonderful materials that we have in the environment.
Because I think recycling is a major issue that the world is dealing with, especially plastics. Like, if we can find a way to recycle a lot of things, that means we're actually helping the environment.
Sure.
So these things were picked from the scratch and it was molded into this thing.
This cow, yeah.
Did you do it yourself?
This is not work by myself. This is a work by students. Yeah, this is a work by students, and mostly it's a research work. They have to go out into the environment and research about what they can, acquire from the environment and convert those materials into this huge, artistic impression for people to come and appreciate it. So they are specifically done from a research work. That's what I would say.
So now looking at the poster too, the poster also has its own story. I think it should be there just like straight up with the head up. But why is it in this manner?
I feel the composition were done by the artist himself who installed these kind of works, and it's quite intriguing. When initially it was turned by watching that end, now it's facing the audience that enter into the faculty. I believe the most important aspect of installing it in this manner is to just welcome visitors that will be coming into this faculty, and for them to know the kind of work that we do over here, how serious we want to do with the art. And then I think that might be the only, there might be, if there's any kind of idea that will be added, probably the artist will be best
to talk about it.
Yeah.
But is art really important?
Art is highly important. Art is more than important, and I know without art, probably all of us wouldn't be here. Without art, all of us wouldn't be here, and art is so paramount in our life. We dress that we wear, the way you make your hair, the way you you do everything, and the way we build our structures, everything that we do encompasses what art. And it's so important that Ghanaians must be able to appreciate the art that we do, and being able to push it to the mainstream for the world to appreciate the art that we do. So art is very, very important. Without art, how are we going to survive on this globe?
But maybe you speaking about it because of where you're coming from. Can we take a look at this from where you're coming from? But there are others too who don't really see the importance.
Sure.
Okay, let me ask this question. What do you think about how do you think art is taken? What is the importance? How do I put the question? Like people perceive art, especially people in authority who can actually say, okay, let us give much attention to art because art one day can do something to our country or do that or do that.
I feel art is so important, and though in Ghana here it's quite not all that profound. I may say profound in the sense that people do not embrace art massively as we may compare to some other countries. And I will be very happy probably the education system will be able to have that incorporation of the arts effectively into it, that every Ghanaian that will be born into this earth must be able to have that acquisition of art knowledge. Because when we have this knowledge, it's going to help us in our dealings with everything that we may do in our society. Our culture, our traditions, our food, everything is made of art. And when we ignore these things, it's just like we're living without any protection, anything. So art is so paramount, and I will urge our elderly people who are there to be able to welcome art and make art as part of them, because we need to live with it, and you can never live without art.
Because I read a text that said a city that allows art to thrive is a city that sees progress.
Sure.
And that's so true. That's so true. So true. But what is this?
This is another work too. I think it is also from the sculpture department, technology, and this is just a minimal work where I call it an abstraction of just geometric shape. Something that to form a certain shape that can be placed within the environment. And I believe the artists who were able to execute this work will be much more
to explain what
is behind these kind of works. But they are outdoor work, as we can see, but they perform a specific kind of as people also observe and they admire, they also enjoy it. So I believe it's also playing a vital role within the environment.
Now this is my interest. This thing is so nice, and I understand you have a hand in this.
Sure.
Guy, this is so amazing. I just like the color combination. The first time I saw this is what actually triggered me to come here and have this conversation. I don't know what inspired this thing.
I don't know how to even put it. I feel it's long overdue for artists to appreciate our immediate environment. Though we may have things going around on campus, and we must be able to connect so well to the environment. And connecting well is not doing away with the trees, the water bodies, the structures and other things. But I feel doing this work, first of all, is not just to destroy these trees.
Not at all, I don't think so.
Because our life depends on it. Because tree is life. And I feel we're doing this to provoke a certain conversation. People will begin to appreciate the plant so well, especially the royal palm tree. And we as an artist always want to pick a portion within the environment and we want to explore it. So we're just playing around, exploring space surfaces that we may see around. That's why we were able to come out with this kind of work.
I like the colors. The colors are so beautiful. The colors are so beautiful. But I can also see some symbols in them.
Sure.
Is this something that have some sort of message?
Yes. You see, the whole work was skewed towards we being influenced or motivated by our traditional symbols, our traditional colors that we see within textiles, we see within kente, we see within our environment, even on our structures. But the symbols that you see in there are quite sacred symbols. that
sacred.
Yeah,
Whereas sacred means
holy symbols that can be traced to Adinkra symbol from the Ashanda Khans, society. And these symbols carries very powerful messages. Probably if you don't know them.
Me, I don't.
When we talk about Junior,
I don't think you know.
All those symbols have a specific meaning, and they must be projected in our work so that people will be able to, gain that kind of knowledge concerning those symbols. That's why we also try to, inculcate these kind of symbols into the work.
Because it's the first sight of it is that you have the African feeling.
Sure.
It's just a typical representation of everything that Africa has to offer. And I don't know if the upper part of it is fire or something. It's fire.
Yeah. You see, painting these things is in public, and one amazing thing is to be making some kind of ideas that would attract the viewers. And when you see at the tip of these trees, you may see this fire kind of effect that we are putting there. All those things just to bring attention to the tree. So people say that, oh, these things, what is happening? There's something like a fire at the top of all these designs, So it's just to create more, variety and more attention to the design that we did. But there's one main focus of doing this work, mostly is the environment of where this work is positioned and how it must react to the audience or people who might be passing by. And that's why we decided to make the colors quite brilliant. The colors are so bright so that wherever that you may stand, you might be able to have that feel from that tree. Yeah.
So, guys, this is so amazing, eh? This is just amazing. But then he's tired. Let's take a seat over here. Okay, I think here is fine. So now this is not the only thing. Like I'm saying, there are other designs too in the building. How about that? How did that come about?
Mostly we feel like we are getting to the juncture that art must be seen across the globe. And I, as a lecturer, my main focus mostly is to impact new ideas and also impact different kind of ideology from the art aspect to most of the students. So when it comes to the research, when it comes to the research of doing these kind of works, you see, as a researcher, you must solve a certain problem. You must attack a certain issue. You must be able to build a certain narrative that will bring more conversation into the whole space. So these are some of the things that Takoradi Technical University, the lecturers and research body is ready to expand from that tangent. So if you get into the building, there are a lot of artworks that is going on there.
Can we go and see some?
Why not? We can go.
Guys, let's go and see some.
Art becomes art when it provokes conversations.
Art becomes art when it provokes conversation. Yeah. That's a powerful thing. This is the center of this is the art department, right? Faculty of Applied Art. And if you look at the balconies, if I'm right, all of those, especially the upper ones, have been saturated with art. Beautiful art that we go up there and see. So all these things were also inspired by, is it because here is an art department?
Yeah, since this space is an art space, what we always wish is to allow our students to be able to research, get a certain team that they want to work with it, and we give them some portions of the wall for them to execute those kind of ideas on it. And it's quite amazing when you go around to see the kind of works that they put across individually. So all those work that you may see on the wall were done by the students, and it was commissioned through their research work. And if your work is not that cogent, is not strong, it will be quite difficult for we to allow you to work on the space. So all those work were done out of research work. It wasn't just like they were there, they just picked their brush and
they started.
You have to be able to know what you want to put on the wall before you be allowed to do that. So since it's an art school, it's also important to do this and let people, the visitor who come around will be able to know that yes, we are here to work.
Guys, this is so amazing. This is so amazing. And what I'm hoping that should happen is that everything that is here, we pick it, the concept, and then we send it to the street, to our town, because we have to we have to saturate the town with art. And these things are here. The people are here, the expertise are here, the know-how is here. What stops us from picking this one and then taking it to the street and using this same to beautify our town? It's not possible, right?
It's very, very possible. It's very, if really we have some stakeholders who might be ready to support the initiation of this kind of work within towns, just like the tree. If you can have, I mean, other government bodies to come and support NGOs who are ready to support. Also, we get some areas we design there. It will make the time much more lively. If you go to Accra, they are doing that to those interchanges and other places.
Sure.
Here is not all different from Accra. We can still continue to make the art felt over here. Yeah.
So I'm sure you've heard this already, and I'm coming to you for sponsorship, because we have to saturate the city with art and make it even beautiful than it is now. Here is the Takoradi Technical University. Like I'm saying, I have not been to other institutions before, but if you look at the kind of art that is here, it is so amazing. I see it to be the best art institution in this country. I don't know, like I'm saying, for me, that's the best. That's the best, actually. So if you're thinking of going somewhere, applying to be in an art institution or whatever it is, you've seen stuff over here. Show up at Takoradi Technical University, and then
come and learn more artistic ideas, you know.
Come and learn.
Artistic inventions that we are having over here, and you're going to enjoy a lot of things when it comes to TTU.
That's it. So guys, if you like this video, share it and then let some other people to see it and see how amazing this place is, right? And thank you.